Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the Sonic block that we've got coming up. You are, of course, watching ESA Corona Relief. We are raising money for the Save the Children Corona Relief, just in general that they have. They have this great, amazing service that they're providing here. And we are helping out by donating as much as we can. We're currently at $15,165. That is an absolutely fantastic amount. Do please keep your donations coming in. They are massively, massively appreciated. And just to give you a quick rundown on some of the things that your money is going towards helping here. Save the Children's health workers are present in over 100 countries, and they are helping children and families hit hardest by the coronavirus. They are doing this by making sure that children can keep learning when schools are closing due to the current pandemic, but they're also allowing children to keep playing despite this lockdown and other social distancing measures. They're creating virtual solutions and they're sharing ideas for how to keep kids active. So do please keep your donations coming in. We do have a $5 donation here from Wunderbar Live saying Sonic Block hype. Do please keep them coming in. Let's get a $5 or a $10 donation train coming through here, as you are about to see an absolutely amazing run here with STWOlive playing SegaSonic the Hedgehog. Now take it away, my friends.
All right, thank you, Argik. So, this is a 1993 arcade release that was Japan exclusive, and it's a isometric 3D Sonic game. So, I guess I'm just gonna hop right into it. I'll be starting timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, hello, I'm Hypnotic. I'm sort of helping co-commentate as well, and Esu's given a good sort of introduction of the game. You'll be introduced to the funky controls that we get due to the PC emulation of an arcade game. So we start off in Volcanic Gulf, and the story so far, as it were, is that our 3 characters have been captured. We've taken Ray because of your bid war donations. We are opting for Ray, and they've been captured, and we're trying to get off this island that Dr. Eggman or Robotnik, whatever your preference is, we're trying to get away from it. So in terms of the wonky controls that I mentioned, this is where they're almost their most present. So you'll see that S2 is making little micro adjustments as he goes down this hill, rolling away from the big fireball.
So this is a trick that we use a lot, which is jumping when you're starting movement, and it basically just lets you accelerate a little bit faster.
It's one of the sequences where you can see that the diagonal movement is a little bit sharper, and it's sort of working how you'd expect it to on keyboard controls. And then here you can see there are more micro adjustments that S2 needs to make to sort of keep on the right path, and that is the end of the first level. So we have 2 main categories of this game: the beat the game percent, where you can beat it good ending or bad ending. We'll explain how the endings go at the end, believe it or not. And the bonus percents. You saw a bonus previously there that S2 didn't get because he didn't collect more than 50% of the rings in the level. So we like to call it the happy percent, and the happy percent means getting a happy expression at the end and getting over 50% of the rings in the level. And now we are on to Icy Isles. Got to work out some clever cycles here with the ice cubes to make sure we don't get hit off. And that was lovely. Avoid those little mounds. They have rings, but we don't need rings in this category.
This is a very difficult section of the level right here. There's these 2 walls of spikes, and we can actually skip the first one by jump accelerating, but the second one is a very tight window to get through, and you'll see I actually missed it. It's extremely precise.
It is a very hard one to get right. And then we do some wall running down here, because it's the easiest place to position ourselves when it comes to these 2 jumps. Taking it safe around there, get on these little platforms, collecting some rings as we go to up our health bar, and that is Icy Isles. Out of the water, literally. Literally. So you'll notice that spread across almost all of the levels, apart from the last one, there are things that contain rings. And with the PC controls, actually I'll give them a bit more context to the PC controls. The reason why they're a little bit janky is because in an arcade setting this would be using a trackball. You know old trackball mouses? Yeah, so sort of like that. So keyboards aren't really meant for this. Back onto the game, Desert Dodge. That was a good first jump. It's very hard to time these jumps over the sand pits right. Second one, not so lucky. And then our second big obstacle in this stage is these caterpillars. Coming up in a second. Let's see how we get on.
Got them.
That looked good down my end.
This level has the most rings out of any level. So there's a lot of like these mounds similar to the ones in Icy Isle that you have to dodge, and this level is definitely a run killer on bonus percent.
Stay very alert. And then we have some more little jumps at the end. You saw that caterpillar sort of hovering over Ray a second ago. You'd think that that actually does some damage in that section. It's well, you can go straight through it. It's pretty much invisible. And that is Desert Dodge done. Do you think now would be a good time to talk about the donations a little, if there are any? And it's a short run. So now we're moving to Trap Tower. This has got some more hazards that we've got to look out for. So we start off with this. You can again see an example of the controls being a little bit wonky. And now we've got to be very careful with these cycles. They can be very unforgiving if you sort of step 1 foot in the wrong direction. Those look good.
The second section you can just run under, but the first and third you gotta be very careful about. And now here we're coming up on the ladder, which is actually quite fun because for the longest time runners would just walk around the bombs, and then we figured out you can just walk right through them.
That is some considerable swag from our guy Ray.
There we go.
And that is Trap Tower done. Lovely stuff. So at the moment, S2, are you rocking the 1 credit for this run?
Yes, I am. I don't know if it'll stay that way. I might have to quickly put in another credit depending on how this boss fight goes, but we're gonna try and keep it 1 credit.
There's nothing else in the rules. So this is our next stage, Landside Limbo. One of the more original versions, well, one of the more original stages. We've had our generic ice stage and first stage, but it's quite unique. I'd like to see it appear again sometime soon. And we are coming up to a section where you can either, it's basically, it shows what sort of person you are, whether you're a good or a bad person. And as you can see, S2 is taking the top route, but all the best take the bottom route. You can take my word for that. I'm sure he probably has something to say about that.
I have to disagree there.
Of course you would. So this is the only boss battle of the game. You'd think, is there not a boss battle after every section, like a Sonic, normal Sonic game? This ain't no normal Sonic game, folks. That was a very quick boss fight. Well done.
Thank you. This boss fight has some very, very wonky detection on it, so it can be very difficult to get the hits to consistently register. But as you saw there, I got all 10 hits first try.
It's only been in the past 2 weeks that we've found well, you more so than I have, a consistent strategy for that boss. Because there were times when it like you'd collide with it, but it wouldn't register a hit for whatever reason. But now it's much more consistent and a little more marathon friendly.
So this section is really boring because you just hold down and right and you'll skip everything. And this is also the fastest way to complete this section because the wall bounces you forward a little bit. So if we've got any donations, this also would be a good time.
We do at the moment. We've got a $15 donation from Ephemeral Engine saying, "Epic gamer moment. I am proud of you, man." Again, thank you very much for your donations there.
Nice.
Pog.
Right, are we coming? We're coming up to the end of the holding your breath underwater. If you held your breath for all that time, well done. And very good. Now we come up to the raft section, which absolutely bodied me when I had a run of this game. But we've got better. We've got better.
This section can be very tough because if you make any mistakes, it'll definitely pile up. And
this is where the wonky controls become more of an issue.
And there we go. Not terrible, but not great. We had a little bit of adjustment in there, but overall it went all right.
That's one of the big run killers, especially when you start running the game.
So we're coming up on the last level, and that just goes to show how short this game is. But what it lacks in, time, it definitely makes up for in precision.
S2's got to do a lot of concentration in this section. There are cycles that he's got to measure out properly. He's got to be getting correctly, and I'd say that this is probably the hardest part of the game to do right. And again, it can look very ugly if you get it wrong. I know, because this is what holds my runs back, and I think it holds S2's back a little bit. A little bit.
There's a lot of these sections in both this level and Trap Tower. There's a lot of glitches with momentum and like spacing on how the bars and stuff come down. So it can be a little bit difficult to properly read out where something is going to be when you approach it.
Like the gimmicks that we can try out there, like we do in Trap Tower.
Time is
coming up to the last section of the game.
Time is going to be coming up in about 20 seconds or so.
So now we confront Eggman. I don't know what they say. They do have Western translations in the game files. Bless anybody who managed to dissect an arcade game zip file. But yeah, I think in short, we've got to escape. So this is what sort of defines a good or a bad ending. If you don't make the exit, it's a bad ending. But if you do, it's a good ending. And of course, getting to the exit quickly is always the best thing to do.
And
coming up to
time.
There we go.
So that's it. That's the game.
Any closing words, S?
I want to thank everybody who watched this run. This is my first marathon run, so a little bit of nerves there, but I'm overall proud with the result. And just thank you everybody who donated and got in the bid war. My fans know I'm a big fan of Ray, so glad I got to play him.
So if anybody's interested in this game, it's once you get past the finicky controls that we talk about so much, it's definitely worth trying, and it's quite simple to get into, but it's very rewarding to master. I think S2 can agree with me on that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been SegaSonic the Hedgehog, and enjoy the rest of the Sonic block with Argic, your lovely host, next, and Nimpus with Sonic R. Classic. You're going to enjoy the songs there, folks.